Hey, what's up? This is Chosen. Wake up, it's Monday morning. Time to get your week kicked off for Raid Shadow Legends and get you all caught up on the context of everything going on in game and what we expect to be coming up soon. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so first of all, to get you caught up on the shard rotation, we just had 2x Ancients as the summoning event in game, which means because the rotation goes Ancient, Sacred, Void, typically the next 2x will be for Sacred shards, but not this weekend, the weekend after this weekend. So we should find out in about 2 or 3 days exactly what the summoning event is going to be for this weekend. It will be some sort of 10x or a guaranteed legendary summon event, something like that, but there will also be no CVC this week. That will be we'll have a week off this week, and then it should be the next Tuesday after this Tuesday, so about 8 days from now. And obviously the Vlad Nightborn Fragment Fusion, whatever you call it, the Halloween event has come to a close. You can see there I was able to use the planner to get the exact 100 out of 100. I'm gonna wait for CVC and possibly do the summoning of the champion when it coincides with acquiring some points for a tournament, an event, CVC, something like that, because I don't need him direly like today on my account. Might as well wait and get a few points for adding him to my roster. So hopefully you were able to acquire a Vlad if you took part in the Fragment event, and if you do want a refresher course on my full thoughts on him as a champion, an infographic and a full deep dive of a guide on him and the build and all that type of stuff, I'll remember to link to a video over there where it is my deep dive analysis of Vlad the Nightborn. And we are also going to be getting a bunch of drop frenzy artifact boosted type events coming live for dungeons coming up soon. The first one we're going to be seeing come to the game is going to be tomorrow for the Dragon's Lair, and it is going to be a boosted up chance to drop the Lifesteal set. Now, the Lifesteal set is an extremely good set early in the game. It slowly loses value into the mid game, and then definitely into the end game it gets used a lot less. But if you are still in the early developmental stage of your account, great time to farm yourself up some pieces of lifesteal because it is a great progression early game set. And then this weekend on Friday, November 19th, we will be getting a drop frenzy for the stun set. Now, the stun set is a little bit more niche than lifesteal. You're going to want to put it on champions that have a lot of AoE, typically AoE on their A1. So they're really slamming a bunch of opportunities to get those stun procs off of the AoE attacks. The most popular instances of this being used is something like a Senesha for Faction Wars. You've got a support Senesha that is there to kind of heal and then also have that A1 spamming those stuns because of her AoE A1. A lot of people like to build her in a high speed stun set for Faction Wars. So it is also a very solid set, but it is a little bit more utilized kind of, mid game, end game for certain situations on certain champions for utility of locking down some of those wave type enemies that you're going against. And then on Monday, November 22nd, exactly a week from today, we will be getting the Reflex set boosted up to its drop rates in the Ice Golem. Now, anybody who follows my content or my channel knows I'm a huge fan of the Reflex set. I've been touting this set and its utility for a long time. It can be kind of a pseudo relentless type skill set in terms of how it will bring more value out of a champion's kit, and it got buffed recently. It got buffed about 6 months ago, a pretty significant buff. Now you can see here it is a 40% chance to reduce a random skill cooldown. I believe it was 30% before, so it was already a decent niche set, and now it's actually pretty solid for a lot of different builds. You'll see it be very well for like a cold heart that you're trying to reflex and get those heart seekers back as soon as possible, in something like the Fire Knight where you're just spamming that A1 and then slamming that heart seeker into the Fire Knight to keep its turn meter down and to also do a bunch of damage scaling with enemy max HP. Reflex can help you get that heart seeker back as soon as possible. So Reflex is definitely a fun set, especially on champions like a Bad Alcazar that only have one ability that has a cooldown. If you're doing like a solo dragon run with Bad Alcazar, Reflex will help you get those heals and poisons back as soon as possible and really cut down the speed or the average clear time of that run. So yeah, lots of drop frenzy events. Remember, it is first going to be the lifesteal set from the dragon, and then over there on the right side of the screen, you can see how the different dungeons grade out and how the different sets grade out in terms of my general rank. Obviously, it's not perfect because sets are going to change and kind of move. If someone is super early game or super end game, it's my best like attempt at making some sort of a consensus, but it's never going to be perfect, so just keep that in mind. But I've got the lifesteal set at number 12 for overall. I do like to kind of lean towards the people that are progressing. Otherwise, like for me personally, lifesteal would probably be ranked like 30th. But I do like to tailor the stuff more towards people that are progressing, because for those players, resources are more important when they're kind of learning the game. So I've got lifesteal at 12 overall over there on the Dragon. And then remember, after that, we are going to be getting the stun set. I've got the stun set up there at number 10. And then the last one we are going to be getting next Monday is going to be the reflex set, which I've got down there at number 15. And then you can see how the different dungeons grade out compared to each other. The Fire Knight gets the overall best score with an average set ranking of about 26. The Dragon has an average set ranking of about 30. And then the Ice Golem comes in last at number 3 with an average set ranking of 31. And all of that stuff is from my sets tier list that you can find down below in the links of the show notes of all my videos, or on the website choflyelite.com. You can pull up that data whenever you would like and see the full breakdown of the spreadsheet. And since it is a Monday, remember to help the community and take part in the Moth movement, which is MO for Monday, TH for Thursday. Monday through Thursday, we set meme team defenses as our tag team arena. And then you also want to fill them up with champions. That way, people, if they are on the mission, we can all help each other accomplish that mission. The one that's like kill a certain amount of people or kill a certain amount of champions in tag team arena. This greatly helps all of us go ahead and complete those. So a good opportunity for the next couple days to farm up some gold bars and make progress towards that mission if you have it available. And also, since it is Monday, a quick reminder to make sure and get your classic arena in order before you start doing those clan boss runs and stuff. I actually fell down to a different rank overnight. Sunday night and Monday morning when things reset, things can kind of get offline there and get messed up. So you want to make sure you have the proper rank, because it will affect your clan boss teams and your dungeon runs and all of that. So make sure and get your arena stuff in order. And before we dive into the offers, I want to really quickly talk about what I think is going to happen for like the next event. Now, I don't know if they're going to be trying to squeeze in another fusion or fragment type of event before the holiday season, because these events are typically somewhere around like 18 to 22 days, somewhere in there. And we are already at November 15th without any sort of teasers for us content creators to share with you behind the scenes or anything. And then last year, the Christmas fusion was for Pixneal, and Pixneal started on like December 12th, December 14th, something like that. So we are less than a month until I expect that Christmas fusion to be ready to go online. So I doubt they're gonna try to squeeze another one in. I mean, you never know. It's Plarium. They might try to get one in there in between the Halloween and the Christmas fusion. But I anticipate we'll probably have a little bit of off time here for a couple weeks, and then start getting teasers for what is going to be coming up for the Christmas fusion that will go live this year. First, we had Tormund. So the game, this will be the third Christmas season for Raid Shadow Legends. First, we had Tormund. And if my memory is right, the first one was Tormund, and then last year was Pixneal, and then this year will be the third Christmas fusion that will be coming online. Sir Nick was actually not a Christmas fusion. Sir Nick was kind of a reward for the beta, but he may have been somewhere around the holiday season, like early in the year or something. I wasn't playing yet. And why don't I just stop being lazy? Let's pull up the actual list here and take a look. So yeah. Okay, yeah, Sir Nick was earlier in the year. He wasn't actually like a holiday fusion. And then, was my memory right? So we did have, for last year, you can see Pixneal there was the Christmas holiday fusion, but they did squeeze in a quick one for Burgoth. Now, Burgoth was an epic. So you can see Elgato, so last year, for Halloween was going to be the Halloween fragment event, fusion, whatever he was. And then there was that one quick one in between Halloween and then the Christmas one for Pixneal. So I guess we might technically get a quick one, but I doubt we're gonna have like a full scale like void legendary event like we had with Vlad. And then you can see the year before that, during the holiday season, it was Tormund, and then there was a little bit of a break there. One of the bigger breaks they've ever done. There was a break there when we went from Tormund to Rotos. So yep, we should either get a super quick one for like an epic champion or something to help people more in the early game, or we'll just have some time off until that holiday fusion launches for the whatever Christmas champion they're going to do for this year. Now let's go ahead and pop into the shop, see if there's anything worth talking about. I did release a video recently talking about the Feast and the Barrel and doing my best to get them added to the offer sheet. I'm going to go ahead. I was out of town this weekend, but I'm going to go through and read the comments of that video and maybe adjust these values today or tomorrow. I'm going to see what people were saying, if they agree with me, disagree with me, and that type of stuff, and then maybe adjust those. It's always interesting the first week something comes to the game. I'm going to really have to see how things are going and then adjust some of these numbers and make it more stable. But I do have the Feast right there and then the XP Barrel up there. So let's go through the offers and see if there's anything worth plugging in. We've got the Great Deal Mix Pack, okay, and then we're gonna go the tomes are the most important things. So let's go 15, and then we've got 7, and then we're gonna go 2.5 on the silver, okay, and then energy of 1800, and we're gonna go 60 120 XP brews. 2.24. So there is no shards, which if I'm going to spend that kind of money, I typically like to get shards out of it, but it is technically okay for someone who is a spender on raid, whose champion pool has outpaced the resources of their account to develop them. And then the pack string, this one's usually not great. It ends up at like a 1.8 or something if I remember correctly on the whole string. And then these faction accessories offers are pretty bad in my opinion. So nothing to get super excited about in the shop today. So that's going to kind of wrap it up for this one. I anticipate we'll probably have a pretty calm week this week with no CVC, no 2x event. We're gonna get kind of that normal 10x or guaranteed type of summoning thing going on this weekend. We shouldn't have a fusion or fragment or anything going on this week or anything. And with no CVC, it should be a pretty calm week in raid. So a good opportunity to really focus on getting some of that development for your account. And we are going to be getting all of those drop frenzy events for like the reflex and the lifesteal and then the stun set. So if you want one of those sets, it's going to be a good opportunity to go ahead and take advantage of that. But if you are watching this video right when I release it, we are going to get the week kicked off. I'm going to head on over to stream and I'll be live for a few hours hanging out with you guys and talking about what is going on, and we'll get the week started here. So if you would like to come say hi, a link is down below in the pinned comment indicating whether I am live or not. If you see the link, it means I am still live. Otherwise, I hope you have a great start to your week, and thank you for watching. Peace.